Selena. I hope you're well. So today we're going to learn a new crochet project. It's this gorgeous, beautiful shawl. So before we begin, I just want to thank you for watching this video, and also if you're new to my channel, my name is Selena and I make a new crochet video out every week. So don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and also to subscribe if you want a new video every week. So yes, I'm bringing to you this wrap. I absolutely adore it. It's quite large. I love it. It's so cozy for this winter time and this cold weather we're having. So yeah, so to make it, I used 4 skeins of Landscapes by Lion Brand yarns, and I used shade Cabana, and it's a gorgeous shade. I love the colours. They're so wintry and I just think they're so vibrant at the same time. So I used 3 skeins and a teeny bit of the 4th skein. So just bear that in mind if you want to make like a hat or an ear warmer with what you have left of your 4th skein. So we are also going to be using a 6.5mm hook and a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle to sew in those loose ends. And I will be speaking in US terms. And without further ado, let's jump into this tutorial. So yes, I also wanted to say that as always, you can find my free downloadable pattern on my blog selenaveronique.com, so don't forget to check that out. And I also post lots of beautiful pictures of my projects on my blog. I'll have everything in the description box below just so you can find it easily, so all the materials and the link to my blog. So for the purpose of this video, I will be using a sample yarn, and yeah, so let's jump right in. So to begin, you are going to be making a slip knot. So just make your slip knot, pop your hook through that slip knot, tighten it, and I'm just going to zoom in a bit. And once you've done that, you are going to be chaining 4. So let's chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Once you've done 4 chains, you are going to pop your hook through that first chain that you did. Just pop your hook through, take your yarn, pull it through that loop and pull it through the loop here. So you've just formed a slip knot, and you will notice that you have a circle right here into which we are going to start the first row of our wrap. So what you're going to do is chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and this counts as your first double crochet. So in that circle right here, you are going to be making 4 double crochets. So just wrap your yarn around your hook, pop your hook through, take your yarn, pull it through, and you've got 3 loops on your hook. Take your yarn, pull it through 2 loops, and take your yarn and pull through 2 loops. And you've got a double crochet. So let's do 3 more of those. So there we go. 1, 2 and 3. And I am tying up my loose end as I'm going along, so I don't have to bother with that later. So I've just put my loose end against the ring and I'm working it in as I'm crocheting. So I've just added my 4 double crochets, and as my first chain 3 counts as a double crochet, this is actually a 5 double crochet cluster. Once you've done that, you are going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and you are going to be doing in that very same circle 5 double crochets. So just go ahead and in that same circle do 5 double crochets. So if you're struggling with double crochets, or if you just want a reminder of how to do them, I will link down below my video on how to double crochet. So that's 4 double crochets, and I'm just gonna add a 5th double crochet. There we go. So here we are, we've got our first row of this pattern. There we are going to start row 2. So for row 2, you will be chaining 3. So just chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and as always, this chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And what we're going to do, because we want our wrap to get bigger and bigger row after row, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a double crochet into that first stitch here. So usually we would directly go into the second stitch, because obviously this counts as a double crochet and therefore counts as this first stitch double crochet, and usually we would make the second one in the second stitch, if that makes any sense. But because we want our wrap to get bigger and bigger, we are going to make an extra double crochet in that first stitch, so therefore we will be having 2 double crochets together. So just go ahead and pop your double crochet in that stitch, and that means we've got 2 double crochets together in that same stitch. So once you've got your 2 double crochets together in that stitch, for this pattern we are going to chain 1, and we're going to skip this second stitch right here where we would normally place a double crochet. We're just going to skip that. We've chained 1, and we're going to go into the next double crochet from the previous row, and we are going to be placing a double crochet in there. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch again, and go into the next one. So just like that. And once you've done that, you will have arrived at your center chain 2 space. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, put a double crochet into that center. So this counts as 2 stitches. That chain 1 counts as a stitch, and this double crochet counts obviously as a stitch 2. We're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. This is what we're going to do every time for this center, and you're going to pop a double crochet in there. You are going to chain 1, so chain 1, skip that, So you are going to chain 1, and then you are going to go into the next stitch right here and place a double crochet into it. So just go into the next stitch right here and place a double crochet. You are going to chain 1, skip that next stitch and go into that one, the next one. You've done a double crochet into that stitch, and we are going to chain 1, skip that next stitch right here and go into the next one, which is also, I'm just going to say this, the chain 3 from the previous row, so it doesn't exactly look like your other stitches. It looks a bit different, but it is the chain 3 from the previous row. And to have a symmetrical wrap, we are going again to put another double crochet in there, so that we've got 2 double crochets together, and this is row 2. So this is what it looks like. It's going to make a gorgeous wrap, and what we're going to be doing is alternating those 2 rows. So it's a very easy pattern, a very easy wrap. So what we're going to do for the next row is chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn your work. Again, we're going to place another double crochet inside that same stitch, that first stitch here, because we want the shawl to get bigger and bigger. So just pop a double crochet into that same stitch, so you've got 2 double crochets together. And for this row, you are going to be placing a double crochet into every single stitch, be it a double crochet or a chain space from the previous row. So just go ahead, and this is a double crochet, so just pop your double crochet in. And once you've done that, you are going to go into that chain space from the previous row and pop a double crochet in it. You are going to go into the next double crochet and double crochet in that. So just pop a double crochet in. You are going to go into the next chain space and pop a double crochet in that. You are going to go into the next double crochet and pop a double crochet in this. Then you've got a chain space, so just pop a double crochet in that. Then you've got a double crochet, just pop a double crochet in that. And now you've reached the center. So this is where we add stitches to make our shawl get bigger and bigger. So you're just gonna pop 2 double crochets in that chain space. 2 double crochets, chain 2, 1 and 2, and pop another 2 double crochets in that space. And this is what it's going to look like. And as you go along, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. So what we're going to do is the exact same as on the other side. You're just going to pop a double crochet into every stitch from the previous row. So now we've got a chain space, just pop a double crochet. So when it's a double crochet, just pop a double crochet in it, and when it's a chain space, just go directly in that chain space and just pop your double crochet in it like so. And just carry on doing that until the end of your row. And this is actually the same as what we did on row 1. So now here we go. We're just going to pop our last 2 double crochets together again. So we've done our first double crochet here. So this again is the chain 3 from the previous row, and you are just going to be placing 2 double crochets together inside that last stitch, as always, to have like this shawl that will be getting bigger and bigger. So this is what it looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and what we're actually going to do is a repetition of row 2. So again, you are going to be placing another double crochet in that stitch, that first stitch. So we've got 2 double crochets together, as the chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Chain 1, skip that stitch, the next stitch, go into the next stitch, do a double crochet, skip, chain 1, skip a stitch, do a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, go into the next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, go into the next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, go into that next stitch. And now we've reached the center. So we are going to do like we did in the other row, in the second row. So just chain 1, this counts as a stitch, double crochet directly into that chain 2 space, chain 2, 1 and 2, do a double crochet in that space again. So just wrap your yarn round and pop a double crochet in there. And chain 1, and this counts as a stitch of course. And we are going to go directly into that next double crochet from the previous row and place a double crochet in that. There we go. So we've placed our first double crochet in that first stitch. We are going to do like on the other side, chain 1, skip a stitch, go directly into the next stitch, put a double crochet in that, chain 1, skip a stitch and pop a double crochet in that, chain 1, skip a stitch, and do this until the end of this row, and then I'll just explain the next rows. So I'm just going to go quickly with this. So I'm at the end of my row, and again in that last chain 3 from the previous row right here, you are going to be placing, which counts as a double crochet, you are going to be placing 2 double crochets together. There we go. And you finished row 4, and you'll have noticed that this is just a repetition of the same rows. So basically now we're just going to repeat row 1. So I'm not going to go through every single row with you. I'm just going to explain the next one and then the next one. So 1, 2, 3. This counts as your first double crochet, and always remember that at the beginning and at the end of each row you are going to place 2 double crochets together. There we go. And this is the row where we are going to pop a double crochet into each and every stitch. So double crochet and go into the next double crochet, then double crochet and go directly into that chain space, and then double crochet into the double crochet, and just carry on with this. So this is row 3, well, row 1 and row 3, but it might be clearer just to say that this is the row 3, and just carry on until the center. And once you get to the center, pop 2 double crochets in that center, chain 2, pop another 2 double crochets in that center, and then again pop a double crochet into each and every stitch, be it a double crochet or a chain space. And at the very end right here, don't forget to pop 2 double crochets in that last stitch, and then you are going to be doing row 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are going to repeat row 4, well actually row 2 and row 4, and you're going to alternate both rows. So if you need more help on how to do this wrap, just rewind the video and do exactly what I've said on each row. So just alternate both rows. Download my PDF pattern, because then you'll have the written instructions too, and it will definitely help you. And it is a very, very repetitive and easy pattern. So if you need more help, just rewind this video. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, don't forget to show me your crochet makes. So you can just tag me on Instagram, I would love that, or you can DM me on Instagram, or you can send me a private message on Facebook, whatever you're more comfortable with. I love seeing your finished projects, so yes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.